are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 1039. Today is Thursday, December 22nd, 2022, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish. And today's top stories: Twitter adds Bitcoin Ethereum price indexes to search function. Breaking: Carolyn Ellison and Gary Wang plead guilty to fraud charges. FTT token is labeled a security by the SEC. Ripple CEO compares Will Fargo's billions mismanagement with FTX collapse. DEX aggregator Open Ocean enables cross chain swaps across major networks. And last but not least, Telegraph's top 100 list. It looks like they're giving us an opportunity to vote on it this year. So more on that. But first and foremost, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So, taking a look at our prices today, Bitcoin's at $16,660, down almost 1%. Ethereum at $1,190 is down 1.9% today. Binance Coin at $240 is down 3.2% today. XRP sitting at 34 cent is down 0.24% today. Dogecoin sitting at 7 cent is up 1.89% today. Cardano sitting at 24 cent is down 1.6% today. And rounding out our top 10 is Polygon at 77 cent, down 1.9% today. And our trending coins are Pancake Swap, Bitcoin, and Filecoin. Man, I haven't heard from Filecoin in a little bit after raising all that money. But some of the recently added coins for the DGens who want to dumpster dive: Retsuko, Kindness for Soul, and M Coin. All right, so a lot of good garbage there for all our DGens to go dumpster dive.
Yeah, it's funny you said that about Filecoin. I actually saw them as well in our class yesterday. We were talking about trading, looking at different tokens and different
Mhm.
percent swings. And yeah, I saw Filecoin as well and just skipped over it. I was like, what? Like, I don't got the time to figure out how they're even back in the news right now. This is
Yeah.
crazy. This
You know what's funny is their business model is Amazon, but
is really
decentralized. The thing
wow.
is, the thing about decentralization is if somebody trusts the centralized source, it's kind of hard to take those people away. So Filecoin is just kind of they talk
That's
about
true.
Bitcoin is a sitting rock. Nigga, that's Filecoin. Filecoin is not it hasn't
Yeah.
done anything.
It's one of those things where I'm with you. It was like Amazon's done a pretty good job. I'm
Mhm.
actually okay. They
Yeah,
know my
I'm actually
preferences
good.
on things. Yeah, I like
Hey,
that they know my information. Actually, they know what I prefer, where I want deliveries, how I want it done. I like
mhm.
those guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Amazon. And get these reward points. Let's
So
do it.
I get what you're saying. That is one of those things. Much appreciated, Satoshi Slim. Said good session last night. Thank you. Thanks for all those warriors who was able to join that as well. We were talking trading. Speaking of warriors, to get some quick shout outs before we get started. Kadeem K, Satoshi Slim, Bird Time Music Group, Will Be Easy, Larry N, the boy Audi Landon. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show. What's going on, Todd? Before we get into the top story and the breaking news, another top story: Twitter adds Bitcoin Ethereum price indexes to search function. Just want to briefly mention that as we just mentioned the prices. What's different on Twitter, I guess, with this? How does it affect it? And I guess this is another base hit for the industry.
Oh yeah, yeah. So basically, if you want to look up stocks, you can just put a cash tag with the name of the stock and look up the actual price and the chart. But they've also added Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So right within Twitter, don't even have to leave the platform. You can look up Bitcoin and Ethereum prices in real time. And this is a pretty intuitive thing to add to the exchange. I think it's just a baby step towards what's really coming, which I think they're going to enable crypto payments within Twitter at some point. Whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, whether it's some sort of Twitter token, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure that this is going to come in the next year if Elon Musk is still around as CEO. So, yeah, this is a pretty good innovation. Great for people who use Twitter very often, like myself.
And then he actually called it financial Twitter. That's what I'm keying in on. I mean,
Yeah.
he literally called it financial Twitter. Um, I think that's great news as far as the direction it could head and what it can do. We all know the power of the fintech ecosystem as we're in it. However, this is one of the things where it could be a slippery slope too. Just on the other end, I just want to say, watch out because if you're saying this is now a financial product, and you're not being held to those same regulations as a Robinhood or wherever, you have a lot of young people on it, so on and so forth. We know how this game goes.
Hmm.
But to me, that's like already a way for the U.S. to backdoor them. Be like, yeah, we let you build it. But did you have any of these, KYC or these things implemented when you built it?
Uh,
So it'll be interesting to see. But I like the idea of a financial Twitter and these cash tags. It's pretty
oh
cool.
yeah, yeah. As long as it's just data, they're all good.
Oh yeah. All right. Breaking news. Oh man, what is this? Jake said, "Listen to Jeezy. Get right before the year ends. We all need it." There we go. When are we coming to London? Soon. We need to come soon.
I
What we
actually,
doing?
just this guy just asked me to come to a conference March 25th and 26th. It's man, it's escaping me right now, but it's March 25th to 26th. It's something crypto. I can't remember what it is, but he just asked me. Naja's is gonna be there, so yeah, that would be great to get out there during that time period.
Sounds like you need to get the salt, eh? Yeah. Get on it. I'll get on it. I
Oh
got
yeah.
y'all. You, London, I'm working on it.
I'll get a
All right.
spot.
All right. Top story of the day. This is what we all been waiting on. We knew this was coming down the pipeline, but of course, what's even more interesting is how this is going to shape out. This is a lot of closed door, backroom talks and conversations. And when that happens, honestly, a lot of things usually get what is it when things are hidden? Uh, when
Mm.
they basically hide court filings and everything. I can't think of the words right now. I know somebody in the chat will let me
You mean like
know.
a sealed indictment?
Sealed, thank you.
Hmm.
Sealed documents. A lot of this stuff is going to be sealed. I kind of already know the way that they're doing the plea deals and some of these charges and already working with states' attorneys, so on and so forth, or federal for that matter. I think some of these documents are going to be sealed. And the issue with that is if they're naming actual people of these top, let's say 100 companies or political folks or XYZ, and all this documentation is sealed, it's gonna be like, really, what's the point? So they
Yeah.
paid a like it'll be like a banker's penalty. They pay a fine, public shaming, walk of shame, and then it's like, all right, man, go to like France for a year, and then go to London for a year, and then come back to the U.S. in a couple years. But nothing really happens. And to me, that's what this is kind of shaping up to look like. But breaking news: Caroline, and Gary Wang plead guilty to fraud charges. Both former executives of FTX and Alameda Research have been charged for their role in the frauds that led to FTX's collapse.
Mm.
And I mean, again, uh, if this is the case, then some of the fraudulent people that need to be included are the institutions.
Yeah.
All those venture capital firms, all the big companies, all the smartest people in the room, I would actually say they have to be a part of that fraud because it's like you all are the signal. This is the signal. The $200 million from so and so investment. That's the signal for a lot of the marketing and other players and stuff. So, I mean, to me, again, I stand that all FTX did was make another shitcoin project. And yes, they were trying to scam and hustle people, but again, that's the majority of the market right now, and yet they're still being pumped left and right. So,
Crazy.
slippery
Hey
slope on
King,
that
King,
one.
your mic up.
Turn my
Everybody,
mic up.
yeah.
Turn my volume. My
Turn
volume's still up. I never changed it from yesterday. Maybe I need to speak louder.
turn me up.
Turn me up. Turn my volume. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You good to me. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
good
all
to
right.
me.
Y'all might need to turn your volume up. I didn't change this from yesterday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, but,
Got the quiet
but
storm voice.
right, maybe that's what it was. As I said last week, this investigation is ongoing and moving very quickly. Also said last week, announcement will not be our last. And let me be clear once again, neither is today's. He said that he is United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Damian Williams, who made the announcement on December 22nd, emphasizing this latest major development is unlikely to be the last. I'm announcing that SDNY has filed charges against Caroline Ellison and Gary Wang in connection with the roles and the frauds that contributed to FTX's collapse. Both Miss Ellison and Mr. Wang have pled guilty to those charges, and
Mm,
both are cooperating with the SDNY. Wow, I guess this is definitely going to come back to hit SBF and the rest of the team now that two prominent members are cop and please,
Oh yeah,
literally.
yeah, and I mean they snitching more than YSL boys right now. They in there letting it fly because honestly, I would not go down with the ship with Sam. I believe it was somebody on Twitter who actually stated that Caroline Ellison is most likely, if she, at this age, she can snitch, take a plea deal, do a couple years in prison with good behavior, and be back out by the time she's like in her early 30s and still live a life. And who knows how much money that they have floating around in other places that she could basically use. But once we saw her in that coffee shop in New York, it was pretty much over. It was like, yeah, she's definitely
On that,
she getting chai lattes. If she's comfortable enough to go get chai lattes in New York and get coffee, she was there snitching, and I'm sure she got a nice big bag of McDonald's and 2 cigarettes sitting in that room snitching on SBF just to get out of it. And of course, we followed this for a while, but I don't think people understand the fact that she was facing 110 years 110 years for what they did, and somehow she got a plea deal out of that. That's how you know she's connected. And of course, we all know her father, Glenn Ellison. He's with MIT. He was the boss of Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler is her godfather. Think about that, people. Caroline Ellison's godfather is Gary Gensler. So I can promise you it's not going to be that harsh. The other guy, Gary Wang, he's been pretty quiet as well. Nobody really knows anything about what he has going on, but he's kept it quiet as he should. And another thing to add here with this story that you just brought up, how in the hell does she get released on or could be released on $250,000 bail? I mean, I know drug dealers that have done way less and they get $1 million bills just because they're a quote unquote threat. Caroline is a threat. What if she goes and starts another exchange that you don't know about, man? Two
for
hundred
real
fifty
though.
thousand, and you only got to pay 10% of that. So 25K is nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. You carry that around in your back pocket when you're in exchange like that. So yeah, the stuff she's done, I don't think she'll be punished per se too bad.
Yeah, this is it's crazy how this is going. I'm getting an echo on your end again. I'm not sure how that happened,
Yeah, I don't
but
know either.
we got to figure
Yeah.
out what's going on. I think it might be the system because we're not doing anything different, but I'm definitely hearing an echo. What's going on to the Warriors? Reno Gamble said, imagine the coincidence. Price Cobb said, white collar criminal privilege. Reno Gamble said, no military service for the kid. Too much of a road. Yeah, it's a lot going on out there. It looks like also SEC is calling FTT exchange token a security. What's going on with that end of
Ooh.
the house? Is it official now?
Oh man, so this is actually the key word for this article is precedent, because the basis of all law is precedence. And if this sets a precedent that exchange tokens are a security, say goodbye to Binance token, say goodbye to KuCoin, say goodbye to all of these exchanges that have their own native token that they were using in order to basically prop themselves up. And if FTT exchange is a security, get ready for in January when they come back from break. They're about to roll out all the every crypto as a security if they do this or this if you have this utility. And basically, in this story, FTT's exchange token FTT was sold as an investment contract and is a security, which the SEC said in a complaint filed late Wednesday, in a move that is sure to have a wide-ranging impact on the industry. Again, precedents, keyword here. If demand for trading on the FTX platform increased, demand for the FTT token could increase such that any price increase in FTT would benefit holders of FTT equally and in direct proportion of their FTT holdings. So this is an actual complaint that was filed. This has put a huge damper on a lot of the crypto market that may be considered securities. However, we are not trying to be on the SEC side that it should be securities. What we want is clarity, and we also want for them to get rid of this outdated Howey test from 1933 to call things securities. Because if you put crypto in its own sandbox in its own innovation circle, then we can get some clarity there, and we can figure out what's a token, what's a utility, what's a crypto, it's a stable coin. All of that stuff has to be in its own box. So hopefully they come out with that and they don't blanket ban 99% of cryptos right off the bat, even though I think that will happen at a certain point. I think it'll be more because most of them won't be able to afford the fees and fines that go along with having a quote unquote security based on the SEC's laws.
Hmm. Yeah, and then Antonio said, "What do we think about Paxful taking Ethereum off of the platform?" We did cover that yesterday, so make sure you check out that show. But yeah, I'm with you. Of course, same thing. I don't want to see it go towards security because everything across the board will. If FTT does get labeled security officially by them, and I guess the U.S. agrees, then this will be an issue for right here, this token BNB and some of those tokens just like it. So,
Mm-hmm.
crazy. This is crazy
Mm-hmm.
that it was all good just a week ago, like literally, and
Yeah.
here we are.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It happens that fast, people. In this market, literally, what we say: wake up on a Wednesday, things change.
It's interesting. We covered this story yesterday as well, but we want to keep covering it. Specifically, we covered the Wells Fargo fine at least, and it looks like Ripple CEO came out and mentioned them as well, comparing Wells Fargo billions mismanagement with the FTX collapse. One of the biggest banks in America has once again paid $1 billion fine for the illegal treatment of its customers. Amid the heated up news steam about the FTX drama, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has tried to turn the public's attention to another case regarding the misdeeds of traditional finance. A $3.7 billion fine for mismanagement at Wells Fargo Bank was treated as, in Garlinghouse's words, barely a blip on the radar. We also agree, like, it wasn't much news from that. You know?
Yeah, not at all. It looked like it got buried. 24-hour news cycle. A few people saw it on Twitter. Some people were commenting on it, and most people were basically saying more of the same. Because I saw one good tweet. It had like listed out uh, every year. Basically, Wells Fargo has paid a fine for something, including other banks. I mean, this is literally their. This is a part of their strategy. It's like, well, if we make 100 billion, who cares if we pay a $3.7 billion fine? I mean, that's nothing. We're just going to keep doing it. And the people, when they find them, they basically said, well, this is just the beginning. We're going to make sure that they pay for all their current. No, you're not. You're not going to do it. They're the third biggest bank in America. Is not going to be any real. Nobody's. This is the thing. Nobody's going to jail. I mean, so if it's just fines, even if you take all of their money, it's going to come right back to them because
Right.
they have the only winning game in town, because they have,
I'm
it's not even fractional reserve anymore. It's
bro.
zero reserve. They have nothing.
It's essentially the cartels being like, yeah, there's a warehouse with put a number on it. Well, we need the biggest drug bust in history. My guy's trying to be a president. All right,
All right.
cool. You'll
Yeah.
get the biggest one in history. Like,
Yeah. Take out this
what's
this
that?
one warehouse. Yeah.
Extra three, exactly, extra 3 weeks of work.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Fire
so
a
to
couple
me,
people.
these banks are doing the same thing the cartels are doing. They're like, look, yeah, well, 3 billion here, 4 billion there, a couple of billion there. No big deal, as you said. I'm glad it's being pointed out though, by the other billionaires in the room, right, or by the other powerhouses of the room. Brad Garlinghouse saying the world is appropriately outraged by SBF and FTX's fraud, but when Wells Fargo mismanages billions in customer funds as well, it's barely the blip on the radar. Food for thought. And then, of course, we got Batman smacking Robin when he says, but Wells Fargo illegal activity. We only care about FTX. I mean, this is so true, though.
Yeah.
Like, how is Wells Fargo, as it says here, from CFPB Director Rohit Chopra, and what's the PD? I want to make sure I know what this is. The Customer Financial Protection Bureau. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so now the bureau is saying Wells Fargo's rinse repeat cycle of violating the law has harmed millions of American families. The CFPD is ordering Wells Fargo to refund billions of dollars to consumers across the country. This is an important initial step for accountability and long-term reform of this repeat offender. So we have a acknowledged repeat offender by the American government, and they're just going to keep repeating, and no one's
Yeah.
going to jail.
Keep on repeating. Why not?
So yeah, this is crazy. It looks like they were actually fined $185 million in 2016 for those the creation of those fraudulent savings accounts, if you remember that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But again, that's the drop in the bucket. I mean, you're talking about $3 billion now, which is a drop in the bucket to their market cap of 156.6 billion in the last few years. So
Come on, man.
crazy to see, crazy. But shout out to Wells Fargo, some more real G's. You know what I'm saying? Suited up and everything.
Hey, and it's funny because in Charlotte underground they have the gold bars and a vault. It's like an underground tunnel where you can get to their vault with all the gold and everything that they still have stored. So I mean, it's just crazy to me. They have all these assets, all this money. They have gold, but it doesn't back our dollar. So I mean, It's just zero fractional reserve. We can just print as much money as we want, give it to the big banks. We can loan it out. We can make fraudulent accounts. We can do what we want. Come and get us, baby. And nobody's going to do it. It's going to take the people showing up and trying to get their money out to see what we're saying, because I've already seen enough videos of people trying to take out money. Anything over 10K, you getting stiff armed right at the we don't have it. So
yeah, anything over 10K, the banks act real weird, man. It's like,
oh,
well, damn, dude, how much do the bank robbers get when they come?
yeah, nothing.
They're like, yeah, they're like, look, ain't nobody getting no money around here no more.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of crazy. No, so I wanted to make a point earlier. I've actually been like in a brain freeze for like the last probably 7 minutes now. I looked at the time when I started because I wanted to make an important point, and I was, I'm not going to forget this point, and I forgot it, but I kept looking for it, and I found it again. And what it was, and I want to preface this, trigger alert, but this is not to be triggering, and this is not to be funny. This is to make a actual real point here, and it could have saved him legally. SBF, I gotta say it, and listen, and I'm being honest, I talked about this before. I'm usually not into other people's bedrooms, right? I don't care who's doing what, whatever, as long as it's legal, consenting, all that good stuff, right? But all I'm saying is he clearly was not doing his job in the bedroom for her to be copping these pleas like this. Now, listen, I gotta go there. We had to talk about this today because listen, that's why I've been in the brain. I was like, I'm not letting. I know this is crazy. I'm not letting this go. Here's the deal. But and she already said, she was like, it must be the sexual competition in the house, right? She was like, it must be fierce, it must be competitive, like there must be a hierarchy. She believed this about the sexual nature or the positions of the people there. He did not do his job, and she copping pleas to the federal government right now. If anything, if he actually would have did his job, and see, that's his problem. His problem is he literally just wasn't a smart guy. If he was one of these real nefarious and evil people, I think he's just a scam artist wanting a buck. But if he was really one of those evil people, like a cult leader type, oh, she would have been like, this is all me. Sam didn't do anything. Sam was just here. He's a great guy. But instead, she like, hey, this is all Sam's fault. Listen, Sam.
Yeah.
Hey, my boy, you got to work on it, my guy. I'm sorry. She if she switched on you that quick, I don't know. I had to
too
bring
busy.
it up, man. It's true.
Yeah, I mean, he was too busy sucking on cucumbers, man. I'm pretty sure nobody finds that sexy. Nobody finds that sexy. I mean, you can't be a vegan with bitch tits and then still keep women around. I mean, it's just that's just how it goes. Sleeping on a beanbag. What was he actually gonna do sleeping on a beanbag? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's his fault. Because there's some ride or dies. There's some women in jail right now that went down with the ship, and old boy only had 150K. And she went down with the ship.
Oh, that's what I'm telling you. Oh, I'm trying to elaborate on these comments.
This man had billions, and he's just all around terrible. I mean, he's a poster child of what not to do as a man if you actually gonna try and do what he was doing. But I mean, look at her. I do want to play devil's advocate. Look at her. Maybe he wasn't that attracted to her. Maybe he was just like.
Wait. Maybe. Wait. What are we talking about? Maybe she wasn't attracted to him, or he wasn't attracted to her.
She is ugly as shit. So maybe he wasn't attracted to her, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good, man. Them glasses
but that might be true. That might be true. But listen. He 30, and that's what. See, I'll try. I'm trying not to do. I have to do it. Forget it. There's nothing else that's worked to get y'all's attention. That's where these people who think they really know game and stuff really don't. And I'm not saying he did. And that's the problem. He didn't. I mean, look at him. He's pretty goofy, right? But this is where having just a little dose of it would have helped. Because again, if she was just a little bit on his side, at the very least, it's just like, I like let the lawyers handle this, blah, blah, blah. But just to sell him up the river and he's a multi-billionaire, like you said. G-Man said she chose freedom. Enzo said he didn't tickle her feet, bro. Reno Gambo says SBF is no Fidel Castro. Y'all are hilarious.
Not at all.
He playing more League of Legends than her.
Yeah.
People, like, come on. You don't make, like, really think about this. Like, my man was slipping on his pimping. You don't make billions. Oh, that's what I was gonna say too. That's what I was kind of slipping. For one, you don't make billions of dollars with any human and there not be a real relationship there. You definitely don't do it with a chick you're having sex with. Like, no, he messed his job up. Once again, let's compare it to drug dealers. Let's compare it to cocaine traffickers, narco trafficante. All right, it gets people's eyes. All right, use it for fun. But once again, if you got her on the road for you, bro, buy her a new purse, take her out. Like, come on, she's out here doing crazy stuff for you.
I
What are you
mean,
doing?
that might be the problem. He gave her $10 billion to save her ass because she was
Ah,
terrible at trading. She probably looked at him like, "Oh man, you a bitch. You gave me $10 billion and I didn't even really have to do nothing for it." See,
why
that's
don't
where
I
he,
take the rest?
why don't I just take like, and I can snitch on you. Like, man, let me go ahead and get up out of here, man. I wouldn't have gave her nothing.
Oh
I would
man,
have put it out there on
listen.
the track and made her go get my money for me. Be like, nah, you need to bring me $10 billion. How about that?
Listen, all I'm saying is that there will not be a day in history where I'm having relations with a woman, we're making billions of dollars, and I'm not doing anything illegal anyway. But if for whatever reason there was some made up law that happened, there is no way she's gonna be like, I'll tell you everything. What? She gonna be calling, be like, hey, stay away from my baby. Like, y'all better leave my baby alone. What? My man was doing something all the way wrong, and it came back to bite him right now.
Mhm.
We know where he was at from the hierarchy in the house, according to her rules, perhaps at least. All right.
Mhm.
I had to put that out there, bro. That's funny to me. I spent like a whole 7 minutes over ruminating. I'm like, what was that thing I was thinking about? The biggest news of the day to me, honestly, people, this is bigger than FTX. This is bigger than everything that's happened this year. This is bigger than everything that's happened in the last 6 years to me, actually, 6 or 5 years. 5 or 6 years ago, we got cross atomic swaps, which allowed us to essentially trade into different cryptos in our wallet. We did not need to use an exchange. But it looks like we may officially have cross blockchain swaps if it is real and if it actually works. I just saw the story today. So we're about to look at it today together though.
Mhm.
5252 crypto, thank you for the tip. Said oh, this is the I gotta go to the YouTube. It's the parrot character rolling
Yeah,
on the
rolling
floor
on
laughing.
the
Y'all funny. Reno Gamble said he won't do well in prison. Too funny. Antonio guessed Thor chain. No, let me look. I got to jump to this story. This is seriously the biggest story to me in the last 5 years, people. Unless Reggie Middleton gets the U.S. to enforce the patent, this is one of the biggest stories to me. Like I said, we had cross atomic swaps. Everybody know how excited I was about that. Now it looks like here Dex aggregator Open Ocean enables cross-chain swaps across major networks, or also known as what we've called it here, blockchain swaps. Right? We say once they do like essentially cross-atomic blockchain swaps, we thought that would be the next thing that needs to be invented. It may finally be here. Users will be able to swap and bridge assets across multiple networks, including Ethereum, BNB Chain, Polygon, Arbitrum, Avalanche, and Phantom. Now, unfortunately, I did not see Bitcoin on this list. As I looked at the platform today, a couple of the quick questions I had on the forefront that, of course, we haven't done any due diligence. We just saw this article, but were these swaps actually happening on the back end, or were these done internally? So it's not actually decentralized; it'd be more centralized. Or if the swaps were happening on the back end, how did this actually happen? Which they kind of explained in the tweet, and it looked like they finally just pieced the puzzle together. You know, we have had bridges,
Mhm.
multiple bridges to different networks, and the way they're explaining is that they just partnered with some of these bridge platforms and connected it to the aggregator. And now they're bridging it all together, which actually makes sense from a technical point of view if they did that. So
Yeah.
again, I'm super excited about this. Uh, this is about to change everything once again, people. If this is true, so we're just covering this today. Not sure how deep this is, if it's true, but if it is true, this is going to change like cryptocurrency. But
Mm.
decentralized exchange DEX aggregator Open Ocean has announced the rollout of its new interoperable all-in-one cross-chain swap platform, which allows users to swap and bridge assets across Ethereum, BNB Chain, Polygon, Arbitrum, Avalanche, and Phantom. And again, the biggest question is this actually happening on the deck side of the house, or are they connected to back end platforms, or is this actually being done internally? If it's done internally, then this is not, and this is nothing.
Mm.
But if it's being done on its own, we might have something here.
Mm.
Here's the tweet for it. We just launched our one-click cross-chain swap aggregator. For those who don't know, essentially to go from one chain to another sometimes can take anywhere from 7 to 20 minutes just to go to it, and to return back to your chain could take sometimes up to an hour to about 3 to 5 hours sometimes, and not longer. And essentially you're moving your capital and value. if you're in a high trading or a high volatile times of trading, this can affect your entire portfolio. So this is very important. This is huge.
Oh yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Bitcoin Zay?
Oh yeah. Well, access to markets is definitely a huge deal right here. And with the DEX aggregator supporting 1,100 cryptocurrencies, a lot of times people, even if you don't like shitcoins, so to say, if you don't like using them, there's always going to be a market for them, and the ability to move money around quickly, efficiently on a DEX without a centralized source with no KYC, definitely a use case there. And of course, we've seen it with other chains, Thor chain, I think Orion Protocol, there's a few other ones as well. But what I'm waiting to see is all of this innovation with Dex. I wonder how this factors into the patent that Reggie has, because that's going to be hilarious with all these innovations. If basically they're using the same technology that he patented, so it's a lot that goes into it. But I am waiting to see how it performs and how people use it, because it is in a bear market, so it is good timing to basically test it out while nobody's watching. And then when the bull market starts, this could be one of the top DEX aggregators where people can swap, as much as they want.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It looks like Jake Fever is saying, I saw a funny comment I gotta go back to. He basically said, that's not gonna work. A few people say, that ain't gonna work. It's gonna be centralized, basically somebody in the back end. That's why I said if it actually does work, and that's gonna be the thing behind it. Fix, yeah, we'll sync the mics again. We're not sure what's wrong, but we'll sync them again. We'll figure this out in the next couple of days. So pardon that, folks.
Mm.
What else do we have? I just saw some good comments. Okay. Antonio said, doesn't Thorchain do Bitcoin to Ethereum and more? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Is that what Thorchain's been working on? Have you used that
Yeah.
already?
Well,
Is that what
yeah.
they're
I've
doing?
tested a couple times. Yep, that's what Thorchain's working on. There's a few DEX aggregators that's doing that. I mean,
I didn't
that is
realize
going
it
to be the
had
future.
been right. I didn't realize it had already started coming out like this, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm super excited about this. Yeah, so I'll look more into if Thorchain is doing that successfully, then they have a new value in my eyes, and I need to really check them out even more. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is pretty interesting. And again, this is just a picture of it. Ethereum, you can see here Polygon, BNB. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. Again, the big one, it will begin Bitcoin onto that with everything else. So if you could swap your Bitcoin or Bitcoin Ethereum assets to Bitcoin like immediately, that will be crazy, because right now there is no way to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Last but certainly not least, Cointelegraph top 100 list 2023. Vote who you think should make it. That's
Mm.
right. Readers can vote on who will appear at the top of Cointelegraph's list of the top 100 in crypto and blockchain. And we're reaching out to you to say, give Cointelegraph a shout out to let them know we need
Right
to
now.
change this list, not now, but right now. We're some of those people who are not, we don't sit on the sidelines. When we see these things, we will what is it? Wave the flag, round up the community, and make things happen. So cast your votes here on this list. It looks like I can provide this link, so I'll put
Mm-hmm.
this link in the chat. But it looks like again, this year the crypto community has a chance to be a part of the process through a voting page. Anyone can nominate who they believe deserves to be in the top 100. Let's see how it looks here.
I already voted.
We're
I already did my vote.
There it is. I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh yeah.
Do our own votes count? Are they going to tell us that? No,
Hey
it's
man,
fine.
hey, everybody gets one vote. All I know is damn sure ain't gonna be on CoinDesk top 100 no more. So definitely need to get on Cointelegraph.
Hilarious. Hey, somebody getting fired, they do that.
Hey
You're
man,
suggesting, let's see, who is worthy of topping the list this year? The gentleman of crypto, is that all you do?
yep,
Oh, this is
gentlemen
a
of
great
crypto.
way to collect emails. Hilarious. Hey, it's
Exactly.
all good.
Yeah, put
I'm
that
a
email.
vote. I'm gonna give them all my email addresses then.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm about to do. I got about 7 of them. I'm about to
Right.
get as many votes. Hopefully they don't. I don't change my IP address too on my VPN. Make sure they ain't tracking that too. But yeah, make sure you
Hilarious.
go vote. Everybody vote as many times as possible because I can guarantee. I looked at the list from last year, 2022. Weak. It's weak as hell. I mean, SBF was number one. So just put it like that.
Yeah. Wait, SBF was number one last year?
Last year, yeah.
So this is what I mean. It's like, come on. Like
Weak.
my man's
Weak.
got on the top 100 list.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing. Like it's a lot of the names that are on there. Most of them on there, they're like in the in crowd with people who know Cointelegraph. Like they probably paid for a sponsored post, or they pay for, or they've
But
been in the news on Cointelegraph. But when you
right.
actually look at who's good at what they do, most of them are garbage, and most of
But
them
that
have
but
learned from us.
that's what I mean by if you're going to charge them with fraud, seriously, where does
Mm-hmm.
Cointelegraph putting them at the top of the list factor into that? Like, come on, this is crazy. This is crazy. But I
Mm-hmm.
guess we'll find out. We will find out precedents to this. And we'll all know how to move forward. We'll know next time you decide to do a $50 billion scam, exactly how much money you need to keep to the side to make sure you have safe haven and you can spend the rest. Because I'm telling you, I think a lot of stuff is going to be redacted. A lot of stuff is going to be under the table, and there'll be some fines paid. But it's looking like a banker's paradise again. Here we go.
Same old, same old. Living
All right. Other than that, really
in a
quick.
banker's paradise.
Other than that, who owns Cointelegraph? Someone just asked.
Ah man, I don't even know. I gotta look it up. I don't think it's
Oh
owned
man.
by a huge company, but yeah, I have to check it out.
Okay. All right. You got any last minute announcements?
Uh, let's see. I thought I had one earlier, but nah. I think that's it for today. We got it all out.
All right. Well, everyone, just remember
It's so cold in the deep.
it really is right now. I'm thinking about going home for a break, but I'm just like, oh man, I might have to wait.
Boy.
Oh man, make sure you all smash that like and share. We will see you all tomorrow. So actually, holiday week. What's today? Thursday.
Thursday. Yep, 22nd.
Will we see everybody tomorrow?
Yeah, we can do FBF tomorrow. To finish off this week.
Yeah, I've been
Because the
seeing some
holiday
people
this
leave
weekend.
some comments and stop leaving comments and come holler.
Yeah.
Somebody left a comment. I didn't get a chance to respond. I saw this pop up, but I was running around yesterday, basically saying we got Ethereum all wrong. We don't know what we're talking about. XYZ. You know the same old saying. So yes, feel free to come on live. We would love to have this conversation and have some fun with it.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, smash that like and share. We will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers.
Cheers.